One of my favourite memories though is like someone trying to buy my jacket off of my back as I was walking down Brick Lane.
Did you sell it to him?
No, absolutely not. My name is Toby Corton. I am a singer, songwriter, artist, and I run a queer live music platform called Sounds Queer.
I'm Maverick Quest from Status Flow, and we are a studio, songwriting and production house based in London. Jazz for me started very early, actually through being a vinyl collector in hip-hop and really understanding the music that was behind a lot of the hip-hop that I loved, and then digging into jazz before ultimately being asked to join a jazz band as a human beatboxer and MC, which was amazing.
I think it started kind of from a very young age. Like my grandparents were from the East End, and so they were very much into sort of your crooners in a way, so that was probably like my first experience, but then that kind of broadened it out from there. Then I think my own personal aha moment with it and how it integrated with my music was probably listening to Frank by Amy Winehouse. She kind of took all of the influences that I also loved and put them into this new thing that felt really fresh for me. To me as an artist, as a queer artist, we work together as a producer and artist, and obviously a lot of my material is about queerness and it's a big influence in what I do, and that sort of extended into Sounds Queer as a project or an initiative to give more opportunities at grassroots to create music kind of community for queer people. We kind of started off doing smaller showcases, and then that grew into working with different festivals, programming and helping them to kind of engage with the queer community, but also queer artists.
We co-founded Status Flow, which is really a platform for R&B, jazz, hip-hop.
Community.
I'm going to say like aspiration as well.
And
collaboration.
Queer people were kind of creatures of the night. The club for queer people has often been about like the underground, singular space. You're there to dance music. Queerness has existed in live music spaces, but kind of has been drowned out or kind of erased in lots of ways.
Initiatives like the one that you set up in Sounds Queer kind of help erode that in the best way and chip away at that kind of expectation, make it accessible to different people, as well as kind of speaking of the history that genuinely got us here within music, and also the technology and the innovation behind it.
Yeah, I think the work that we have done has had an impact. It's only kind of been not even quite 2 years since we first launched. Meeting people and then talking to them about what it is that we do, we're finding that even just on a basis of awareness around these sorts of things, there's evidence of impact there. In opportunity as well, the industry very much relies upon grassroots being able to be the site of sort of innovation and give space to people to do new things that excite us and change the culture or grow the culture.
With Sounds Queer and Status Flow, it is about the kind of artists who are just about to break out. At the same time, it's letting new artists, they didn't know they were artists, know that these things are possible.
Yeah, I think there's lots of amazing initiatives in different forms, particularly if we're talking about jazz. The work kind of Tina Edwards is doing with queer jazz is amazing. We'll be partnering with them on our Friday night curation. So big shout out to Queer Jazz, Jelly Cleaver and Tina Edwards.
This is kind of the most exciting time, and there's so much innovation and people who have started really localised who are now reaching spaces all over the world. The list is just far too long, so come to Brick Lane Jazz Fest and experience some of them.
Fresh, diverse, and I think it feels quite new. The programming, the location, the venues, I think really is going a long way to engage new audiences in the diverse influence of jazz on a wide range of different music.
Also, we need platforms that push that music forward and open it up to new audiences, which I think is encapsulated by the programming of Brick Lane Jazz Festival. and can only obviously grow from there. It's just an amazing hub of like art and markets and fashion, food, drink, and the things that really bring people together, which stimulate conversation and ideas. It's a fascinating area of London.
I think the community around here is super rich, diverse. I think it's quite a nice epicenter of lots of different communities engaging, and so that I think gives it a very special energy. One of my favourite memories though is like someone trying to buy my jacket off of my back as I was walking down Brick Lane.
Did you sell it to him?
No, absolutely not. It'd be amazing to have a stronger queer pipeline, so to speak, from grassroots, where there feels like legitimate spaces, and its impact to be truly represented in maybe more mainstream or across genres.
Yeah, and in terms of the dream with Status Flow and its work in like jazz, R&B, writing, production, innovation and live space, it's really having more reach and interface with different institutes that can allow us to kind of provide more of a platform ourselves and just reach wider audiences.